From Federer to football, believe it or not, we're less than 2 weeks away from the start of NFL training camp. And joining me in the studio is the head coach of the New York Football Giants, Ben Mcadoo. He led Big Blue to an 11-5 record last year and their first playoff appearance in 5 seasons. Ben, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
How excited are you that the season is upon us in terms of training camp?
Yeah, we're excited. Had a great off-season program. Added some nice pieces in free agency and in the draft, so we're excited to get going.
Back to work means, taking over in year 2. How different is it from your first year as a head coach?
Well, I think going from year 1 to year 2, there's a natural evolution there to the process, but one thing we don't want to do is get too comfortable. We want to make sure that we go through our notes from last year, whether it's the off-season program, the training camp, preseason and the regular season and postseason, and learn from everything that we did to try to make it better, not get too comfortable, and try to shake things up a little bit.
Do you think you're wiser than you were last year?
Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to not get too comfortable, to make sure we have a chance to get better. I have a chance to grow. The staff gets better, as well as the players.
Last year you said it's going to be evolution, not revolution. Is there a catchphrase for this year? Is there a Mcadoo mantra per se?
Oh, I don't know about a mantra. We just want to find a way to get better, 1% better. We have to make gains and generate gains. I think that's one thing that we have to guard against, is coming in and thinking we have everything figured out as an organization and as a team. It doesn't matter what phase of football you're talking about. I think it's important that we continue to not be too big to do the little things that get us to where we want to go.
Ben, is there a specific identity of this team in your mind?
That's what we're chasing. It's hard to work on it in the off season when you're running around in your helmets without the pads on. And when we put the pads on, that's really when we're going to start chasing that identity. And it sounds smart and tough, committed to discipline and poise, and we can start to work on that with the pads come on. But then in the games, it really takes form. And once you get to where you establish that identity, that's the easy part. And continuing to grow and improve on that identity and not go backwards is the challenging part during the season, because the season's a long season. It's a marathon. How
long did the loss to Green Bay linger with you?
Well, I think when you look at the Green Bay game, it was a tough loss. You don't get many of those opportunities, and when you come back, you look at the tape, you be honest, you be open, you learn from it. That's probably the most important thing. But I think it's we need to understand that it drives us, but it's not the only thing that drives us. And we also have to understand that we made mistakes in that game, and you pay for your mistakes once, then you move on. You don't hang on to them. So you learn from it, you let it drive you, then you flush it, then you move on.
Odell Beckham Jr., a world of talent, a world of media scrutiny. How does he balance the two?
Well, that's a better question for Odell. When I look at myself, I need to do everything I can to help Odell. I need to be a great leader, lead through service, lead by example, be there for him there. I always go back to our values, the values that we have in place as a team: respect, humility, dedication to our craft, as well as empathy. It's important for me to understand and learn to try to understand, try to put myself in his shoes to see what he's going through, so I can help him and do a better job helping him that way. But again, he's a tremendous talent, tremendous player, and he turned me on to a book called The 4 Agreements, and had a chance to listen to that with my family on a little trip we took. And a tremendous book, and if we stick to those things, I think we have a chance to make some progress.
How important is his comportment on the football field, his behavior?
Oh, he's a passionate player, and it's a very emotional game. And his competitiveness and his fire, that's one of the things that separates him from the rest. And we don't want to lose that. That's who he is, and that makes him special, because he is a special player, a special talent. I think it's important, and I think we made strides. We got better in that area as the season went on last year, and I look for that to continue, and I think we'll get better that way.
Brandon Marshall has come in and says he likes to mentor guys, and he looks forward to mentoring Beckham. Do you embrace that for him and for your football team?
I think we have a lot of talented men of integrity in the locker room, and Brandon's one of them. I look forward to Brandon being a good teammate, but I look forward to Brandon being a good football player. That's why we brought him in here, to play good football for us. And any impact that the players have on each other for the better, I'm all for.
What does he bring to the offense in your mind?
Oh, first of all, he's a big man. He walked through the door. He looked like a tight end walking through the door. But he's a big physical receiver. His productivity speaks for itself. He's been highly productive in this league for a long time, which is hard to do. He's done it at a number of places. And, he's a very talented player. And we're excited to have him on board.
Eli struggled last year with turnovers. He had 20 turnovers overall. What do you look for this year from your franchise quarterback?
Well, we need to take care of the ball better. We need to do that as an offense. Complete the ball a little bit better, cut down the turnovers more. That's probably the most important thing from him from a number standpoint. But we played the game a little bit different last year. We were a defensive and a field position type team last year, and that's my number one job is find a way to win games. And that was the best way for us to win games last year. And give Eli credit. He had to play that way. It's tough to play quarterback that way, and he responded to it. But at the end of the day, he does have a lot of experience and a lot of things to offer, and he's won games at the end of ball games and at the end of seasons a couple times too,
yes, in
some high-pressure situations. So we know we can rely on that experience, that if we have to take the air out of the ball at times, that he can go out, down, and win a game for you at the end, or if we have to throw it 60 times, he can help us win a game that way too.
One more thought on the offense. In terms of your offensive line, the ability to run the football, are you confident that those two things can come together?
Well, I think first and second down is important. We need to be better on first and second down, whether it's running or completing the ball. So, again, we get the pads on. That's when we're going to have a chance to get better with our fundamentals and our physicality, running the ball and stopping the run from a defensive perspective. But completing the ball on first and second down is important, too, because it helps you on third down. We need more manageable third down situations, and then we need timely conversions. Similar to the way you do in baseball, you need timely hitting. We need timely conversions on third down, and it's all really tied together.
Let's talk a little defense, and you have to start with Landon Collins, who finished third last year. When you talk about Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL, what can he do for an encore?
Well, Landon loves football, and he's passionate about the way he plays. He flies around, covers a lot of ground out there for a big man playing safety. But he's a young player. He's a young player, still has a lot to learn. He's similar to Odell. Neither of them are in the prime of their career yet. They're young. They're still developing, and just showing up, excited and ready to learn and ready to grow. I'm excited to get Landon out there with some pads on. He really makes his presence felt, whether it's on the practice field or on game day.
JPP and Vernon combined for 15 sacks last year. How important is it for those guys to have that kind of season or even better, and for you to have the pressure, because this league is all about pressure?
Yeah, sacks are tough to come by. The numbers, it seems like each year the numbers of sacks in the league decrease because of how quickly the ball gets out of the quarterback's hands, and the rules are tailored to the offense now. But disrupting the passer, getting the passer off the spot, the pressure that's applied to the passer, very important in the game. And I think we have two of the better guys in the league out there in JPP and OV, and I look forward to them continue doing it.
The schedule comes out, and boom, there it is. Giants, Cowboys, NBC, Sunday Night Football opening game. What was your reaction?
It's kind of like we knew it was coming, really.
We did too.
Yeah, it seems like every year you open with Dallas down there, and that's fine with us. It doesn't matter who we play or where we play them or when we play. But we're looking forward to going down there to Dallas. A lot of things have to take place before that ball game, but you can count on us chomping at the bit.
Ben, the schedule looks brutal. How do you react to it?
The schedule's a schedule. You can only play them one at a time, so that's how we'll look at it. I just finished last week going through each week of the schedule, and a lot has been said, a lot has been written about how fresh or unfresh we'll be because of the schedule that we have to play on the 4 trips we have to go towards the West Coast, if not on the West Coast. And we're going to do best by and do right by our players and make sure we're going to have a fresh, fast, and combative football team on Sundays or Monday night, and we'll be ready to go.
Finally, Mcadoo just turned the big 4-0. You've got the new haircut. Are you just more comfortable in general being the Giants head coach?
No, I don't know about that. I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis either. I'm just trying to keep things fresh.
And keeping it fresh for Giants fans means wins. You looking forward to that challenge?
Yeah, we have a great fan base. We got to keep winning at home. We had one loss at home last year. That's one too many for us. We need to learn from that loss. But Our fan base gives us a tremendous advantage at home. We look forward to getting out there and playing in front of them in week 2, Monday night, and get some wins for the home team.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Good luck to you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
That's Ben Mcadoo, who begins his second year as head coach of the Giants. He won a Super Bowl ring as an assistant coach with the Packers during the 2010 season. And don't forget, NBC4 New York is your home once again for Giants preseason football. We've got 3 games this August. It starts with the Steelers. Then it's the battle for local bragging rights against the Jets. And we finish with the Patriots, the Super Bowl champions. Coverage gets underway on Friday, August 11th. As we go to break, it's time for the Verizon Fios Fast Connection of the Week. And what a performance by Aaron Judge in the Home Run Derby on Monday night. His 47 homers traveled just shy of 4 miles. 3 of them were launched more than 500 feet. Yes, the big Yankee slugger said hello to the baseball world, and he made it look easy in the process. What a season this 25-year-old kid is enjoying. And that's the Fios Fast Connection of the Week. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Visit getfios.com.